Hey, 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 hey!
Hey, welcome back!
All right. Here we are.
We're back on our podcast number 12.
Is it number 12 already?
I think so, because 11 was last time, and I'm like, 11's my favorite number because it's my birthday. It's like always been my favorite number.
That's so cool.
That's so egocentric of me, isn't it?
And a little shout out to Harry Potter.
Oh, and to the best mom ever.
Yeah.
That's me, apparently.
So, so now we've decided that we're not only going to record the audio of our podcast, but we're also doing a video of our podcast so that we can help,
share it on our YouTube channel.
Share it on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So when I say a little plug for Harry Potter, it's because I've got my my coffee mug here. That's a Harry Potter mug, and it's our daughter's favorite.
Well, I don't know if it still is,
character.
But I think so.
She's moving into the Avenger realm.
She is, right?
Yeah.
But she still loves and wants to marry Harry Potter, she said, though.
Yeah. So this morning she had her Spider-Man T-shirt on, and I said good morning Harry Potter. So now I have to say good morning Harry Spider.
But she did wear the Harry Potter pants. She wanted to wear that.
I know, right? She's between the two.
Mixing them.
Right?
She wants to merge those worlds, but maybe she will. She's got goals.
She's awesome.
She's
awesome.
Well, let's get to today's topic a little bit.
Okay, let's do that.
Excellent. So we promised you guys last week that we were going to talk about the disease of more.
Ooh.
Remember? And you were like, "What is that?"
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah.
Tell me.
And you even asked me just a few minutes ago. What is that?
It's the disease of more. That's
right. Well, it's a good concept to me, and it's something that I'm still struggling with a little bit myself, because there's a lot of times there's two types of people. You see some people where they're really happy where they're at, regardless of you may think that they should strive for more, that they are settling for less than they should because they're happy with maybe being overweight, maybe not making a lot of money, and they're just kind of happy-go-lucky people, and they're not striving a whole lot, and they're happy there. And so that's kind of, that's good for their reality. They're happy, and I'm glad, right? And then there's people that are striving constantly for more and more and more, and they're never happy.
Right, the two extremes.
Yeah, that's the disease of happiness, right? And I think it's important to find a balance on that, because it's a continuum, like everything in life. It's important to find a balance somewhere between always striving for more, as far as improving yourself, improving your circumstances, improving the lives of those you love and everybody around you, your community, and yet enjoying your life and being happy where you are. Wow. That's a hard balance. It really is.
I was just thinking that's a delicate balance.
It's a really hard balance, and I find myself moving on that sometimes, thinking, I'm just going to be happy where I'm at. And other times where I'm striving so hard that I'm not enjoying now, and I'm ignoring good things in my life right now, and not being just striving, doing. So that balance is really, really hard for a lot of people, especially in the fitness community, I think, because in the fitness community, we're always told, to get to the next level, increase your weight, be able to lift more, push yourself, get skinnier, get leaner, get more cut, get bigger muscles, all these things to be better and better.
And always comparing with somebody else.
Yeah, and you might think you're really good, and you see somebody at the gym that looks like, what you think is perfect, and they themselves don't think they're where they're supposed to be.
Right, yeah.
They're not happy with themselves most times.
Yeah.
Right? So
that's so weird, right?
It's so true.
You can always look around and see that there's somebody at a better level or a different level than where you are, and that's basically because of where your mindset is that you're not content with where you're at.
Yeah. Right? So it's so weird, it's that thing. And that's something that, we were talking about before, people that are a good example of this problem are people like, extreme athletes like Olympic medalists. Gold medalists sometimes get very depressed after the Olympics. Because it's like they've been striving for years and years to reach that level. They reach it, and then it's like, what do I have to live for now?
Yeah, what's next?
Yeah,
I've
it's
done
like,
it all.
Yeah. Oh, I just hit the microphone. Sorry.
Oh,
Hopefully I didn't sound bad. So same thing like you brought up. What did you bring up for that example?
Astronauts.
Astronauts.
That's right.
Yeah. They interview the people that landed on the moon.
That's a topic for another discussion.
Exactly. I don't know if I believe that. But anyway, but people that had gone to the moon, they were very depressed afterwards. Someone became alcoholics and all different struggles because they achieved something that they were striving so hard for so long, and then it's like they didn't enjoy the journey and live during it so that they can celebrate the small achievements in life as well as the big, huge ones. And that's where the real key, I think.
Well, okay, you're right about that.
Best way to stop an argument.
Yeah.
So you're right about that.
So when you just said they didn't enjoy the journey, I would find it difficult not to enjoy the journey. So I'm thinking maybe it's a little bit deeper than that. Maybe it's like you're enjoying the journey along the way, but your mindset is set. Your mindset is such that your focus is on the destination rather than the journey.
Well, yeah,
than
but
enjoying the journey.
But that's the key, because all we really have is right now.
Yeah.
This is it. This is all we really have. We can envision the future. We have a past that's a trail behind us, but all we really have is right now. So
Right.
celebrate the small things. Enjoy, smell the flowers in a way, right?
Yes, exactly.
Enjoy every moment of that strive to get somewhere, instead of saying, "Oh, I gotta get there, that kind of thing." You know what I mean? So that's
people
balance.
people that have achieved these levels, these high levels, and then become depressed, isn't it because their focus was on that outcome? They weren't, in other words, they weren't detached from the outcome.
That's nice. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They hadn't set their goals and then detached from the outcome and then just enjoyed the journey along the way.
But that's an interesting prospect too, because if you have a goal, say you want to make 130 pounds your goal or something, right, as a woman or something like that, right? And then you're like, okay, I'm going to detach from the outcome and see if I get there. Then are you really going to get there? Or are you going to get around 140 and
Well,
stop?
I'm not talking about that.
You know what I
either.
mean?
I'm talking
Or
about
is it-
there's other parts that need to be integrated into making this a success and a reality. I mean, of course, I'm learning these things as we go along too. So, but what I do understand is that we have the ability to, first of all, take responsibility, be aware, make decisions, and even though we actually can't control the outcome, we have
True.
a way to control what we do in the moment to take us along the way towards our goal.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. I mean, you have to be on the trajectory, right? You have to
Yeah.
be aimed in the right direction
Right.
to get there. But what you're saying is, don't worry if you miss the target, as long as you get close and detach yourself from that outcome. And that's kind of good too, but then you wouldn't be a gold medalist probably if you were that way. You'd probably be a silver or a bronze, and if that's what you are and that's what you want to be, that's fine too. And there's nothing wrong with being a silver or bronze medalist either, but the person that has to have that gold is not going to be happy there,
Right.
right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So it depends on,
That's interesting.
yeah, you know what I mean? There's people that have gotten bronze or silver and they're not happy with themselves at all, and I'd be like, that's fantastic.
So,
right? So it all depends on
I guess it
your
depends on
mindset.
what your goal is too.
And your
right?
mindset, you
Yeah.
know, where you're at. But that's what we mean by the disease of more is like, is if it's always more that's going to make you happy, you can never be happy because you can't
Yeah.
be happy in the now. And that's where, I think it was Wayne Dyer that said in one of his audiobooks that we were listening to, where are we human beings or are we human doings?
Right.
Because if you're being, you're happy in the present, and you're mindful right now that where you are is a great place too. I want to get there, but right now I'm in a great place.
Well, that's like one of the things I've been working on removing from my frame of thinking is the human race. I'm not going to think of it as the human race anymore.
That's
I'm
good.
I'm going to think of it as we're the human beings.
That's true. It's like, why are we always racing, right?
We're striving and striving and striving.
And I think different cultures have different, and even within, there's the culture of the Western, civilization where we're always striving. And then there's cultures within companies too, where I've worked at different companies where the company culture is like very intense and goal-oriented and blah, blah, blah. And other orientations or other atmospheres of companies are like very lackadaisical and
which is
like,
so
interesting.
Yeah, it is so interesting
Yeah.
because they are producing results. I mean, people like what comes to my mind right away is somebody like Grant Cardone. I love Grant Cardone, and I love his mindset. And his 10x, it's 10x mentality. It's been very helpful to propel me towards more desiring more growth for myself and things like that. And yet and some people are like you do have to do more and more and more, and you have to take massive action, and I don't disbelieve that. I still feel like that has a place in in what we're doing, right? Did you feel that way?
Yeah, but let's talk about that more after a break.
Okay, let's take a break. All right, we hope that you're enjoying this podcast and finding value from what we have been able to share with you. We just want to tell you a little bit about what All Bodies Fitness is up to right now.
That's right, Patrick. AllBodiesFitness.click is a great 7-day challenge right now where you can get a 15-minute video emailed to you every morning at 5 a.m. So you have no excuse but to work out every day. And each workout will focus on a different muscle group so you won't be overworked.
All right, Sivako, rise to the challenge.
That's right.
All right.
All right, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Excellent.
Here we
So
are.
Patrick is making a really good point about, Grant Cardone, and I've listened to him too, and some people love him, some people hate him, and that's what he loves, right? It's like, as long as you know me.
That's right.
That's a hard mindset right there.
The worst thing you got going for you is obscurity.
Yeah. So it's true, right?
Yeah.
So that he wants you to 10x or increase everything by 10 times in every area of your life.
Yeah, he wished that he had made that book 100x. Is what he said.
Yeah, but the producers didn't want him to or whatever. Yeah.
It doesn't sound right anyway. 10x sounds good.
But I mean, there is that he has a disease or more in a way, right? I mean, or else he just portrays that. I don't know. Yeah. But it's like, when are you gonna have enough then? Is there ever a point where it's enough? Yeah. Because he probably has more money that he could spend in his lifetime or his kid's lifetime right now.
But maybe we're not looking at it in the perspective. Maybe we're looking at it from the wrong perspective in a sense like this. Like for him, maybe it's that he's totally satisfied with what he has, right? It could be, but that he knows that what the outcome would be if he ever got to a place where he had achieved, where the level that that there was this level to achieve, that would be it. It would no more momentum, no more living. That he's living at this level of achieving, this level of more, in a way that creates this sense of contentment for where he's at the moment.
Yeah, I mean,
you think? Is that possible?
It could be. I mean, it could be like, he's bringing that level to everybody else so they can achieve and strive for it.
Yeah, he's a great example.
Yeah, he's a good example.
Inspiring.
But part of me that part of me that always wants the peace and relaxed a little bit is thinking that he's gonna have a heart attack. I mean, he works out and stuff, and I don't risk anything hard for him. I love him. He's a great guy. But or at least he seems like a great guy. I don't know him, but he'd come on our show, sure. But he seems like striving. Go, 10x everything. It seems like you can only stay at that crazy high intensity for so long, and not enjoy life, and you're missing out on a lot of the small things.
I don't believe that. I don't know if I agree with that, but you're right about that though.
You feel free to disagree. I don't know. I don't know where he's at. I don't know what his philosophies are.
The way that I've been, expanding my thinking is by removing limitations.
That's a good one.
So, if I agree with you totally, and I agree that you're right about the way that you're thinking about it, because that's where you're at and that's how you're thinking about it. That's good. That's awesome. And the only thing that I would add to that is that if I create these limitations for myself by going in that way, and then it seems like I might miss something. I might not have an opportunity to enjoy a level that is a potential for me to get to. Mm-hmm. And I don't know.
That's the hard part, because that's why I say it's a hard balance to strike between striving always and enjoying now. Because you don't want too much of either one. You want to be somewhere in the middle, and enjoy your life completely, live fully in the present, and yet strive for more all the time too. And that's a really hard balance in my mind. I really struggle with it myself, because I think sometimes my enjoying the now stops me from taking some opportunities that I should take. Pushing a little harder at times.
Well, the one thing that from listening to Dr. Dyer and just knowing it within my own self is the one thing that drives us all to achieve is what you mentioned, is peace. Everybody wants peace.
Yeah, everybody wants peace.
I mean, we want to be at peace, right?
Yeah,
we want to enjoy that peace.
Yeah.
And what is the path to get there? And I mean, there are so many elements to that. And there's so many different principles.
Yeah, but if you don't have peace where you are right now, how are you going to have it when you get a little better?
Right.
You don't know how to have it.
Yeah,
you don't know how to enjoy the now. If you don't know how to enjoy the now, how are you going to enjoy it when you get to the next level? It's like saying, oh, I'm going to, I hate my job, but I can retire in 6 years. And I've heard this from clients. I can retire in 6 years with this great pension, working for the government or whatever. And it's like, well, you could give up the next 6 years of your life for a possibility of enjoying it. You're going to start enjoying your life in 6 years?
Yeah, right.
Does that make any sense?
No.
Either find a way to enjoy where you are right now, find something about your job that you can love or the people you're with or whatever, or get the heck out of there and do something that you do love, because you don't know that you have 6 years. You don't know that you have 6 days. You don't really know anything. And why wait to enjoy your life, So to me, I tend to err a little bit more on the side of enjoy the now, and I don't strive sometimes enough for the future. So I need to sometimes push my butt forward a little bit more and strive more, And I know that I do that, but I really enjoy the now a lot of times, you know what I mean? And that's, I think, with me, it's spend a lot of time with my daughter, and and she even looks at me strange. I mean, she's 11, and sometimes I'll stop her and she'll be like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Look at those ants doing that right there," and she's like, "Let's go." We gotta get to school, but it's like, take that moment, and say, "Wow, that's really amazing what those ants are doing. They're carrying this huge cracker, that's like so much bigger than them." So to me, it's like I like the wonder of life and enjoying the now so much sometimes that. I don't really push myself as much as I should, I think, which is where you have to push my butt a little bit more sometimes. Kick my butt a little bit. But, but, I mean, I do strive some, obviously, but it's hard to find that balance. And I think so many people, and I think, that's where a lot of people at the end of the day, after working hard, they're like, I worked hard, now I'm going to just, sit and enjoy, and not push themselves to do anything beyond that. No exercise. Cooking their own meal, just getting some fast food, maybe a beer and sit in front of the couch and being a vegetable or whatever, And that's not a good habit either. It's like then you need to strive a little bit more for your own health reasons, for your family, if nothing else, and exercise and cook a healthy meal or whatever it takes, in your plan. You know what I mean? So there's errors on both sides of the striving and the enjoying, right?
Right.
So for some reason I keep thinking of Ferdinand the Bull, which I didn't see the newer movie. I just remember an old story where, all the other bulls are doing whatever and he likes to sit under the tree and smell flowers. He's not very bull-like. And I'm probably a little bit like that. I want to sit and enjoy the flowers and, not the flowers necessarily, but as a metaphor. You know what I mean? And I tend to enjoy the now sometimes a little bit too much. So maybe I have the disease of the now in the other way sometimes. You know what I mean? So
that's really interesting.
Interesting points, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you guys need to identify where you are on that scale, and where are you going with it, and where you should be. Reevaluate your life, and I think it's important to measure your life and reevaluate it and see what areas you're weaker in and work on them. And I think we all should do that.
Well, I think it's important. Probably then some things that I've been doing that are helping me to get more centered is. Figure out some of the things that you must do on a regular basis. So if you make a decision, you see where you want to go, and there's some things you must do
to get there.
I mean, right? So if you're looking to have a healthier quality of life and sense of well-being. Well, there's certain things you're going to have to do, and you're going to have to make a must, because they're not gonna be happening by sitting around smelling the roses and and enjoying the now moment and doing nothing.
Well, that's the secret then, like you were saying though. If your must is something that you enjoy anyway,
That's what I was saying about Grant Cardone. He enjoys what he's doing.
Oh, okay, probably.
He loves where he's at. I mean, he loves all the help that he's given people and how it reflects on himself and how it makes himself feel, and so that's where he's at, and I'm learning things about what are helping me to make me feel better, and just like you're gonna have to find what it is that your purpose is, and why do you want to do that, and we're all looking to strive for more of that, there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I found that I've had to make a decision. Health and fitness has become much more important to me now than it has in a long, long time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I rubbed off on it a little bit.
a lot, I would say, and what that means and we have to. There's so much, right?
Well, you were saying all your, your daily habits, because we are our daily habits.
Yes.
Right? So if you're finding things that you must do,
so one of the things I do is I at least run a mile every day.
Yeah. And you enjoy it, right?
I do. I'm beginning to really enjoy it a lot more, and I look forward to it. Mm-hmm. And it's becoming a habit. So now I've made it a must, and I've made a decision to do that. And just like for you, I mean, that's why we started what we started, and we created the formula, in a sense, is movement, nutrition, and mindset. And we like to think of them as 3 keys on a key ring. And you can't pull the keys off the key ring, okay? Because they're all linked together in the circle of life. Movement, nutrition, and mindset.
In a circle, there are no sides.
Yeah, and they all go hand in hand. They flow together. Mm-hmm. And so, one of the things that I started doing is I'm running a mile. Now, the other thing that I've begun to add is meditation. So now, I'm going to meditate every day. Mm-hmm. I'm going to run that mile, and of course, I'm going to continue with better nutrition. I eat healthier foods, and I make better choices. So in those 3 areas, and what I'm immersing myself in, instead of sitting around watching a bunch of Netflix movies and shows and stuff like that,
some really awful violent stuff you watch too.
I'm immersing myself in Audible books, because I have Audible. I mean,
feeding the mind, right?
I'm feeding the mind, and then because eventually what you want to happen in all of this is you want peace, right? And you want to experience this wholesome life in a way that so that when whatever situation you're in, think of it like we were talking about the orange, right? So it doesn't matter what time of day, it doesn't matter who squeezes it, doesn't matter what instrument is used, whether you mash it, whether you squeeze it after you got an orange, and however you squeeze an orange, whoever squeezes an orange, or whatever time of the day that orange is squeezed, under whatever circumstances, the same thing's going to come out of the orange, and that's orange juice. Mm-hmm. And that's how you want to see yourself, is what is going to come out of you, no matter what it is that you're facing.
Whatever pressures are coming towards you.
Whatever pressures you're under, whatever, whether it's in the joyful moments or when it's in the most sorrowful moments or most intense and stressful moments, what is going to come out of you?
What can you choose for your behaviors?
And that's all. Yeah. And if you're living in that now moment, like you said, and you're not just striving for more, you're going to be ready to allow that flow of loving energy to come out of you.
That's nicely put.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Good stuff.
That's my goal. So so in a sense, the way that you detach yourself from the outcome is you envision that goal, and you see it, and then you begin to take the actions that you need to take you on that path to get there, and there's a spiritual aspect to this where you have to get in touch with what's going on the inside of yourself.
Well, that's a good point, because sometimes what you think you're striving for isn't even what you want.
Right.
It's what other people tell you should have.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? I mean, isn't that true? So, it takes some soul searching to decide what makes me happy, and to work at that, and to bring peace and joy to what you're doing, and enjoy the now as you move forward and grow too, because that's really important.
Well, and I think the other reason that it's important to detach yourself from the outcome is because although you may have a certain goal in mind of what you're trying to achieve, the answer for that may come in a different form.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
It may not be. You may say, well, I want to achieve this over here, but the result of getting that what you're looking for is actually a feeling. So whatever it is, that feeling that you're trying to achieve, may come from a different form or a
That's
different
true.
source or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's true.
And you just have to be open to that, because if you're just focused on, I got to get more and more and more, and I got to do this, this, and this.
And I got to get down to a skinny mini, or or a guy get bulked up, and
Right.
and do the things, and is it really worth it to get to that extreme level? Is that
Right.
what you really is actually make you happy?
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah. Good stuff. All right, lots of stuff to ponder. So let's tell them what we're going to talk about next week.
Oh man, that's exciting.
Oh yeah,
We're
next
doing
week.
our first interview.
Yeah, next week we're doing our
It's gonna
first
be great.
interview. Yep, in our series.
We found a. This is something that we're going to try to do on at least what would we say, like a. Huh?
No
Not
try,
No
just
try.
do.
Okay. Right, yes, that's right. Thank you. Thank you.
Just do. Don't try.
I'm so grateful that you're in my life to help me become a better me.
Me too, Patrick. That's
So-
why we're together, Patrick and Patricia.
Yeah.
What's your side?
And Dr. Dyer, he had talked about that before about.
Going off.
You
track.
don't want to go off that? I love that though.
Yeah, but we're 25 minutes plus in.
All right. So
why
every month,
next?
we're gonna do it on a
Yeah.
monthly basis.
Yep. Next.
We're gonna pick a
Next week,
local.
next week podcast. Let's wrap this up on.
Okay, all right.
Our next week podcast is a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Local great
chiropractor.
lady. Yeah, in Fairfax,
Mhm.
Jennifer Sims.
Yeah.
Dr. Jennifer Sims, and we want to ask her, why chiropractic care and holistic medicine is proactive care for the health.
Mhm.
And what are the modalities they use? I mean, everybody knows a chiropractor snaps you and cracks you. I don't know much about that, but there's other things they use that are interesting to me.
In a pleasant way.
Yeah, in a good way. Like the low-level laser
Therapy.
and an ion cleanse. I don't know what these things are, so we'll
We're
discover
gonna find
it all.
out, though.
Yeah, we're going to tell you guys as we learn next week. All right?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Excellent.
awesome.
Good stuff.
So stay tuned.
All right, great job.
All right, take
All right,
care.
Thank you. All right, join us again next week.
See ya.
Thanks so much for joining us today. If we added value for you, please let us know. Give us a rating, leave us feedback, or email us at info@allbodiesfitness.com. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future